Congress leader Rahul Gandhi created a fresh controversy in Parliament on Tuesday. He said he would give Prime Minister Narendra Modi a copy of former Army Chief General M.M. Narvane's unpublished book. Rahul reached Parliament carrying the book and demanded time to speak on national security issues. During the heated debate, he called Union Minister Ravneet Singh Bittu a traitor, which led to strong protest from the Treasury benches. Minister Bittu hit back, saying Rahul Gandhi speaks the language of the country's enemies. The remarks caused uproar in the House, forcing repeated interruptions in the proceeding. Union Minister Piyush Goyal on Tuesday said the trade deal with the United States is historic and fully protects India's interest. He told Parliament that special care has been taken for India's agriculture and food sectors. Goyal said farmers and small producers will benefit from the agreement. During his statement, opposition members created a ruckus in the House. They demanded that Congress leader Rahul Gandhi be allowed to speak on the issue. Opposition MPs shouted slogans and accused the government of avoiding debate. Due to continuous protest, parliamentary proceedings were disrupted for some time before order was restored. Two passenger aircraft slightly collided at Mumbai airport on Tuesday evening around 7:30 p.m. An Air India plane and an Indigo plane hit each other's wingtip while taxiing on the ground. Both aircraft had passengers on board, but no one was injured. All passengers were safely deboarded after the incident. According to the Civil Aviation Ministry, Air India flight A12732 was stationary on the taxiway before takeoff to Coimbatore. Indigo flight 63791 had just landed from Hyderabad and was moving toward parking. During taxiing, the wings touched. An investigation has been ordered to find how the incident happened. An encounter broke out between security forces and terrorists in the Basantgarh area of Udhampur district in Jammu and Kashmir on Tuesday. One Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist was injured in the exchange of fire. Security officials believe two terrorists are hiding inside a cave in the forest area. Acting on intelligence input, a joint team of the Indian Army's White Knight Corps, Jammu and Kashmir Police and CRPF launched a search operation. Heavy security has been deployed in the area and the operation is still ongoing. Authorities are monitoring the situation closely to ensure civilian safety and to neutralize the remaining terrorists. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee reached the Supreme Court on Tuesday for the hearing related to the special intensive revision of voter list. Sources said Mamata may personally present her argument before the court. She has demanded that the 2026 West Bengal Assembly election be conducted using the old voter list. Mamata alleged that changes in the voter list could affect free and fair elections. The case is politically important as assembly elections are approaching. The Supreme Court is expected to hear the arguments from all sides and decide on the issue in the coming days. Three real sisters jumped from a 9th floor balcony in Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh late Tuesday night. The girls aged between 12 to 16 were found holding hands when they jumped around 2 a.m. Residents heard a loud noise and informed the police. All three died on the spot. According to media reports, a suicide note said, "Sorry Mummy Papa, we could not leave the game." Police say the girls were addicted to a task-based Korean online love game. Their father had recently scolded them and stopped them for playing the game. The incident happened at India City B1 Tower. Police are investigating and counseling the family. The United States Navy shot down an Iranian drone in the Arabian Sea on Tuesday. According to Reuters, the drone was identified as a Shahed 139 and came close to the U.S. aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln. The U.S. Central Command said the drone was destroyed in self-defense using an F-35C fighter jet. USS Abraham Lincoln is a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier and one of the most powerful warships in the world. American officials said the drone posed a potential threat to the carrier and nearby forces. Iran has not yet issued an official response. The incident has raised fresh concern over security tension in the region. One of the sons of former Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi has shot dead in Libya, according to local media reports. Armed attacker reportedly entered his house and opened fire, killing him on the spot. The incident happened amid rising political tension in the country. Reports say he was preparing to contest upcoming elections and had recently become active in politics. Security forces reached the spot after the attack and started an investigation. Libya has remained unstable since the fall of Gaddafi in 2011 with frequent violence and power struggle among rival groups and militias. Indian stock markets traded flat on Tuesday with a negative bias. The Sensex slipped nearly 100 points to trade around 83,600 during the session. The Nifty also fell by about 30 points, moving below key levels. Selling pressure was mainly seen in IT stocks as investors remained cautious due to weak global cues and concern over overseas demand. Banking and FMCG stocks showed mixed trends and limited the fall. Market experts say investors are waiting for fresh global signals and upcoming economic data. Overall sentiment remained cautious with low volatility and selective buying in a few sectors. Afghanistan won the toss in the Under-19 World Cup semi-final and decided to bat first against India. The match is very important for both teams. Afghanistan wants to create history by reaching their first Under-19 World Cup final. India, on the other hand, is aiming to reach the final for the 10th time. Indian bowlers will try to take early wickets and put pressure on Afghanistan's young batters. India has a strong record in Under-19 World Cups and is seen as a favourite. Cricket fans are excited to see if India can once again enter the final. Cold weather conditions continue across northern India. States like Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir are facing severe cold. After fresh snowfall, temperatures in all districts of Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir dropped below 10 degrees Celsius. In the plains, cold winds from the north have increased chill levels. Dense fog covered many areas in Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Delhi, Punjab and Haryana. At 6:30 am, visibility dropped to 0 in cities like Gwalior, Kanpur, Bareilly, Prayagraj, Ambala and Adampur, affecting road and rail traffic. That's all for today's bulletin. We'll be back with more updates next time. Until then, this is Tamanna Rizvi signing off. Have a good day.